Peace and love, my beautiful people, my family, my angels, my loves. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having an awesome and wonderful, amazing day. Um, so as you see by the title of this video, the topic is basically you're sick because you spend your energy complaining. Now, I know that seems like kind of a harsh topic or an in-your-face type topic, an accusatory topic, but we have to face reality, and reality is truth. It has to be truth in order for you to be, let's understand that and understand and overstand that sickness doesn't just mean only physical. Sickness begins here and it radiates down. Your brain basically controls every part of your body. No part of your body functions without your brain. It may function for a short period. The doctors and scientists have done things to continue to live outside of the body for an extended period of time for transplants and stuff like that. But naturally and organically, no part of your body functions without your brain. So with understanding and understanding and overstanding that, sickness is more than just physical. Sickness is also depression and anxiety and PTSD and toxic relationships and all those things. So the reason why you are dealing with these things, and also understanding that physical sickness a lot of times stem from those things as well. And the reason we're dealing with these things is because we spend our energy focusing on what's not right, what we don't like, what we don't want, what we're tired of, what we hate, what we wish we would stop. This person won't do that. That person won't do this. This is going so wrong, and so on and so forth. And what we should be focusing our energy on is the good things, the positive things, what we do like, what is right, what can be right, not what's impossible, but what's possible. Not what we don't have, but what we have and what we can do with what we have. We focus our energy on so much of the wrong things, and it hurts us in so many ways, and more ways than we allow ourselves to realize, more ways than we probably can imagine. And I've come to realize these things in some very harsh ways. I've been, in a sense, forced to realize these things because it came to a point where it was undeniable for me, because I've lived a lot of my life being very sick, like from childhood, and being depressed and being suicidal and being anxious, like so anxious, debilitating, having PTSD, anxiety disorder, and all of these things. And those things were because I was focusing on what I didn't like and what wasn't right and what was so wrong and what this person wouldn't do and so on and so forth. And we have to stop that. The key to healing is gratitude, being grateful for what you have and taking the best positive advantage of what you do have, what you have access to, what's going good. And if something is going so bad, if something is so not right, learning when it's time to separate yourself from those things. It's okay to detach. There is nothing wrong, and it's purely healthy to detach from what's not serving you, to detach from what's unhealthy for you. And sometimes that means people, sometimes that means things, sometimes that means thought processes. And we also have to understand and overstand that when specifically talking about people, go in your room and play, mommy. Go play. When we're talking about detaching ourselves from people who aren't healthy for us, it doesn't necessarily mean that we don't love them. Because to love self means to love everything around self and in self, everything involving and connected to self. But we have to learn how to love in a positive and productive and healthy way. Loving something and loving someone doesn't mean holding on to it when it's hurting you. Loving someone means holding on in a healthy way, holding on to help and heal and grow and to help grow, but also learning when to let go because you love them enough to let them go. Because sometimes in order for the person that you're trying to help heal, in order for that to happen, you have to let them go. Sometimes that healing process can't happen with you connected to those people, for you or for them. I'm the product of a lot of toxicity. My mother was a drug addict, and she apparently was pretty bad off. So my grandmother, from the story that I was told, my grandmother had to let her go. And the reality is, had my grandmother not let her go and kept her distance from her, my mother probably would not have seen the reality and the urgency to heal herself from that addiction. Had my father not got to the point where he got tired of looking for her just for her to spend time with me, she would not have had that distance and that separation from me to realize, wait a minute, this drugs has caused me to lose my mother, my children, and everybody I love. And I'm not liking what I'm surrounded by and what I want to be surrounded by. The drugs is keeping them from me. So she probably would not have had the healing and had the sobriety that I'm so proud of her for having for so many years now. So I say that to say that sometimes you have to let somebody go in order to help them. Sometimes the best way to help somebody is to detach from them, to allow them to open their eyes and see what things are doing to them, what their thought process is doing to them, what their actions are doing to them, what their words are doing to them. Because sometimes hurt people. So sometimes people will continue to hurt them because they're only seeing, well, it's happening to you, it ain't hurting me, I don't care, and this and that. But when they lose something that they do care about, because sometimes people just think they don't care. Some people convince themselves they don't care because they're hurt. And sometimes it's easier to just tell yourself, I don't care, because they don't want to care. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's easier to just turn off your cares. I've been there. I have not been there to the point where I really didn't care, but I have been there to the point where I've literally said out my mouth that I wish I didn't care so much, because sometimes it hurts to care. And for some people more than others, it's easy to convince yourself that you don't. And for me, that's not the case. Unfortunately for me, fortunately and unfortunately for me, I have not been able to do that. Muffy, that's not the case. Can you go in your room and play? Go in your room and play. Take your baby, go in your room and play. Mommy play with you after I finish the video. Okay? Go play. Please. Go play. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. So that's the topic of this video. That's what this video is about. I'm going to keep it short and brief, but I just wanted to put that information out there. And I wanted to come back with some good content for you guys and some good motivational, inspirational words for you guys. I apologize for the time being away, but at the same time, I kind of don't, because it's also good to sometimes take some time to yourself, give yourself time and space to evaluate and to go through your own healing process outside of everything and everybody else. And that's what I was doing. I was also working on some things as well. We're working on some things that I'm excited for. I can't wait till it's complete so that you guys can see it and hear it and so on and so forth, because it's going to be amazing. Also, I created a new Etsy channel, Etsy shop, excuse me. I created a new Etsy shop. So if you guys want to go and check out my artwork, you want to purchase my artwork, I already have my clothing brand started. This is not one of my shirts, but yes, this is a great shirt, but this is not one of my shirts. If you want to go and see my shirts and my art and all of my products that I have and want to be able to have access to purchase them, go and check out my Etsy shop. It's Ashley L Gallery. Ashley EL Gallery is ASHLEY GALLERY. And if you haven't already, go and check out my Patreon, because on my Patreon, there's content on there that you will not see on here. And there's also content on there that you will not see on here until later. On my Patreon account, you get early access to content. I just want to make sure that the people who are truly supporting me the most gets rewarded for that. So I want to show my appreciation by giving them early access to my content and to my work. And you also have access to products, merch that you cannot access anywhere else. The only way to get that merch is to become a patron on my Patreon, and that Patreon is listed in the description below. It is patreon.com/thepowerofyou. So you can either go and type that in, or you can click on the link below and go and check that out. And I also have a Patreon for my art page, and that is patreon.com/Ashley L, and that also has its own merch and content as well. So go and check those out. Support a girl, because I support you. I love you guys very much. And again, have a beautiful, awesome, amazing, wonderful day. Peace.